The countdown is finally here. We're within 2 weeks now. We're having our press conference after a while, or this afternoon with a call from the governor, and we'll do our final 2 weeks countdown to get ready for the Olympics. Start with the press conference. We're going to try to take this VCR straight through until we return, honor our board, and say goodbye.
We like 3 chaperones here.
I thought Ben was going to be there. Get out of the way.
Hi there, how are you?
All right.
How's that baby?
Just fine.
Ain't you a doll?
I held her 40 minutes past.
Oh.
They're not going to hurt y'all. Well, I think what we can do is stack it.
What, stack them on top? We're going to have to do something.
Well,
Here's the button.
oh, there it is. Well, okay.
I am.
Let's see, Daniel.
And this is the middle state. No, this is one from Lakewood. And we got to get the new.
Yeah, hi. Back there. Hi. Just
Everybody to be late, and everybody got here early. I've got this card out to make my notes for this press conference today. That's as far as I got with it. So, but I did find this little brochure that says, "Calgary will never be the same again." That came out of Sports Illustrated, so I thought, when the Huntsville delegation from the Huntsville City Schools in the great state of Alabama return, Calgary may never be the same. But anyway, being quite shy. Anyhow, we're just thrilled that you're all here. I, didn't put my notes down. There's so many people to thank, and about this exciting adventure that we're about to take with these handsome, good-looking young people up here. And I just get excited when I see them all together as a group, and I had nothing to do with the selection, and somebody did a super job out there. The selection was tough because we've got about 10,000 more probably out there like that. And but there are a lot of people that we need to thank. The schools have been wonderful in helping with the selection, and my boss is sort of super about letting me do things until I need my knuckles cracked, and she's always available to do that. But anyway, we're delighted that we're going to be able to make this trip. But at this time, I think Mayor Davis has sent someone over, and I know with his busy schedule probably didn't allow him to come. But we'd like you to speak to our group at this time. Mr. Thomas.
To be the first to congratulate you on being selected to travel to Calgary and represent the state of Alabama. I was very impressed with your motto, be all you can be on your way to Calgary. And I certainly hope that you will take that motto after you've experienced this trip and apply that to all of your studies. And again, I want to congratulate you all on having been selected. I want to congratulate Doris on promoting such a program. And Jane, I understand, I think you and the board deserve a warm hand of applause for sponsoring such programs in our school system. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you for coming, and we appreciate all the nice things from your office that y'all do for us, and we appreciate it. And you're only as good as your leadership. And I can't say enough about our school board president. Of course, I love to brag about our school board president because he's been a perfect example of fitness for us. And I don't know if he doesn't like me to tell you this. He's never fussed at me for saying it, but he's a perfect example of one of those turn your life around. He quit smoking, started running, and he's a marathoner, I think, small marathoner. And we're just real proud of Mr. Ed Starch, our school board, who supports these kinds of things, which would not be possible without their support. Mr. Starch?
I want to add on behalf of the board, Bill Kling and other board members here. Are the others, Martha, Libby, or Bill Smith here yet? I wanted to recognize them if the other board members were here. On behalf of the board, I want to congratulate the youngsters on being chosen from their schools and tell you that the only mistake this whole process made, Doris, you don't have a board member on the program. Oh man, I'd love to be going with you kids, believe me, it would be wonderful. But it's an experience you will really remember for the rest of your lives. You're fortunate. We're delighted that you're going to represent not only Huntsville, but the entire state of Alabama. You will represent us well, we know that. Have a good time, and come back filled with stories that you can share with your classmates and the rest of the people in this town, and enjoy yourselves a great deal. Thank you, guys.
First, I appreciate so much you being here. You're so good to us. Somebody asked me one day if I had sockets on the television stations, and I'm not going to tell you what my answer was, but they are very good to the programs in our school system, not only the one that I have to be a part of, but all of our programs, and we appreciate you very much, Press, and we appreciate you coming. And now I'd like you to meet a very special lady who runs our school system and does a very good job of it, and we appreciate her very much. And I only wanted to crack her knuckles a few times during this trip because the best thing she did for me was nothing. She said, yes, Doris, you can do it, I think, go. And then I couldn't get her to do anything else. But the most wonderful thing is she let me do the job, and I hope I've done it well.
That these children come back and share with their peers and their classmates their experiences. I'll come back and share mine with the board. My contract's not up for renewal. I want to congratulate all of you youngsters that will be going, and I can't tell you how excited I am. Doris does allow me to go on some of these trips. The last one was in 1974 when I had a wonderful time. It took her a long time to get back around to it again. But she did come to me in the spring of last year, and she started talking with me, a little nervous, and you may not know it, but Doris can act nervous. She's usually not, but she can act that way, and I know her pretty well. And wanted to convince me the value of this trip, and she didn't have to, because anything that Doris McHugh is involved in and spearheads is a success, and she's done a marvelous job, and we need to thank you especially, Doris. Would be taken care of, every I dotted and every T crossed. It never fazed me to think of things that I needed to tell her to do or to help her do, and I have tried to help you do a few things, Doris. I'm not sure exactly what right now, but I want to say to you parents that we appreciate you. We appreciate your trust and letting us have the opportunity to take your children to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I've had the privilege of being there myself 2.5 years ago. I was there in August, and it snowed. So going in February, I'm sure that we're going to have a delightful time. But thank you, parents, for these wonderful children. We appreciate the opportunity that you give us to educate your children and the support that you give to this school district. Without you, we could not do our job as we do try to do each day. You give us a great deal of support. Thank you to the staff, to the principals, to the people who have made this work. And thank you to the board. The board did not have any reluctance whatsoever. And I went to the board with the request to allow us to go on this trip and to go out of the country. They obviously had faith in the people and the leadership that will be going and taking the responsibility of 30 youngsters to a wonderful experience. And boys and girls, I can't tell you how excited I am. I know how many days and almost how many hours before we leave. Thank you. You're never going to make it on time, and now you're running early, and the clock won't move. The governor's going to call us at 3:30 to congratulate our group and delegation, and it's 3:15. And usually the people I let speak this morning, you never can get them to be quiet. This afternoon and now today, they're all being very brief. But we do have a few other things we need to do, and if the governor gets free from his existing appointment now, he will call us, and I did assure the governor's office that we would stop whatever we're doing to talk with him. But we have some other guests in our audience.